Robin gone, Tyson turned to his promoter, Don King.
I knew Mike Tyson from 1980 to 1988. Once he was kidnapped into this Don King cult, he never returned one of my phone calls. I don't know if my messages were ever given to him. It was as if Mike Tyson went into a cult. And the cult leaders made him break off ties to all of his old friends.
Don King ingratiates himself with fighters by appealing to their worst angels instead of their better angels, and allowing them to do what they please, and in that way to gain their loyalty.
Kevin Rooney was a wonderful trainer for him. Kevin Rooney loved him, but Don King made him fire Kevin Rooney. And I think the day Tyson fired Kevin Rooney, there was a cap put on Mike Tyson's development as a fighter. He did not develop any more beyond that date. He was never in tip-top shape for any fight after he fired Rooney. He stopped moving his head. He began to accept clinches. He started to jab less. You could see that under Don King, not only did his character and morals decline and erode, his boxing technique began to decline and erode, because he no longer had Kevin Rooney or Teddy Atlas.
He didn't want to submit himself as an athlete to anyone who could have any authority, to anyone who could say no. And he surrounded himself, bought friends with the money he made, and surrounded himself with semi-professionals, and allowed all of the distractions that come with fame and fortune to impose themselves on him.
If the oddsmakers were aware of Tyson's flagging commitment to his boxing, it was not reflected in their handicapping of Tyson's bout in Tokyo against James Buster Douglas in February of 1990.
Tyson goes over. So about 2 weeks before the fight, he realizes that, he's like 20 pounds overweight. He goes on a crash diet. He got down to, I think it was like 225.
Tyson was a 42-1 favorite. Before the fight, rumors had swirled about Tyson's mental and physical state. He'd been knocked down in sparring and didn't seem focused during training. He'd faced adversity in his personal life from day one, but never had his demons affected him in the ring. For the first time, the greatest champion of his generation had lost control in the one place he had always seemed to be able to maintain it.
The bell rang, and I could see Tyson wasn't himself, and he wasn't in shape. So I guess he figured that, well, maybe this guy's gonna fall down if I look mean at him. So Tyson looked mean at him. Douglas said, okay, and he started throwing a couple of jabs. He started landing, first round, second round, third round. Now all of a sudden, Buster Douglas went from being what we call a scared fighter to a brave fighter. And once that happens, that once you go from being nervous to being real brave, you don't go back to being nervous. You stay real brave. And he just pasted Mike. I mean, he gave him a beat.
We'll finish things in.
Oh, the uppercut.